Here on the On-Ramp, we've talked about how AI is helping students at the Sawyer Business School, but can also be an invaluable teaching tool for faculty as well. Hello and welcome to the On-Ramp, an ongoing series that highlights thought leadership from the Sawyer Business School in downtown Boston. My name is Areto Odaya, and today I'll be speaking with Professor Hasan Arslan. He's an associate professor of Information Systems and Operations Management, as well as the director of Masters in Business Analytics. Professor Arslan, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Marita.
So let's talk about the platform that you created. You created an AI platform that helps faculty become better teachers, right?
Yes, that is exactly right. And I have this vision that when we create better teachers, better students will be the outcome. And on that vision, I thought that one of the things that I was lacking as a teacher in my classrooms is the input that I would get from students after I teach a material. And I usually make the assumption that I'm going to go there and teach and I'll do a wonderful job. But whether that is the case or not, I had no idea. And so one of the things that I thought that the power of the AI that brings us as teachers and our students can be turned into something valuable for the teachers. And right after we teach the material, can we also ask the AI power to bring those insights and whether the students have understood the material or not, and if you can bring that into teachers' dashboard in real time with some analytics, then as a teacher, I can use that and make whatever the corrections that I have to do in my teaching style and whatever the new teaching methodologies that I have to apply for that particular subject, I'll be able to do that before it becomes too late. And that was the source of the creation of the EduMaestro, and that helps the teachers to bring many teaching assistants as the teacher walks into the classroom. And the teacher deploys these teaching assistants with each individual student, with the activities that the teacher creates in the classroom, and giving the immediate feedback to the teacher. And that was the essence of the EduMaestro.
So EduMaestro, how did you come up with the initial idea?
And the initial idea came in from my observation that there is a comprehension gap that I know and I observe it in my teaching. During the classroom, I ask my students, did you understand this material? Usually there's a nodding, yes, we understood it. But later on when I go and look into some of the homework and some of the projects, and I realize that what has been said in the classroom sometimes does not align with the outcome. And also some of my students are timid, they may not ask the questions and raise their hands in the classroom. So I thought that there is this gap that I want to be able to reach to the students in a much more personalized way and be able to understand where the challenges they are facing. And I was not able to do that before the AI, but as a person who loves AI, as a person who knows the value of the business analytics and preaching and teaching it, and I thought that we have to take that business analytics perspective and be able to be a doctor of my teaching, of my classroom, get the pulse of my students, get an X-ray vision of my teaching before it becomes too late. And with that, and I said, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at what this AI power can do, and also I'm gonna immerse myself into what AI can do and be able to bring a technology before waiting for that technology to come in and show our students and inspire our students that we don't have to be just adapters, but we can also be the developers of these technologies. So there is a portion of helping the teachers to be better teachers, but there's also a side benefit from this to inspire our students that creating products, assembling products with the help of AI is much, much better now.
And what kinds of things can teachers do with the platform?
A great question. So there are many features, and I'm going to be rolling out those features over time. And one of the basic feature is when my students are using large language models such as ChatGPTs, and I encourage them to use it both in classroom and outside of the classroom, but I have no idea how they interact with it. And the lack of that interaction, the lack of the knowledge of the interaction also doesn't give me that comprehension on whether the students understand really what I'm teaching. So the basic platform right now gives everybody to do some of the in-class and outside of the class activities based on what I teach within the platform, so that the platform becomes a place for me to collect the feedback from students, where they have find the difficulties in the material, what parts were not clear in our lectures, and also it turns them into some actionable insights, so that before I jump into a new material, I'm able to take the right action that is data-driven to be able to correct myself without waiting the end of the semester. So that's a core feature. And on top of that, some of the additional features that we're going to be rolling is we're going to make it much more personalized teaching to our students. So some of the questions that they will ask to these teaching assistants that are dedicated to each class will be able to understand the learning pattern of the students, and will be able to guide the activities that I'm posting in the platform with the learning style of each student. So personalized learning will be made much, much easier here. And also, I'm also going to be taking the transcripts of my lectures in case if students want to refer to what has been taught during that lecture, in case they were not having a good day or were not paying attention, or in case due to some illnesses they missed the material, they will be able to refer back to the lecture material using the AI assistance context. So all my lectures, the transcripts is going to be updated into the AI assistant, and that gives a much, much better comprehension for the learning.
There's a lot of features going on.
A lot of features.
Love it. So how have you already used these in the classroom with your students?
Yes, and I took the opportunity to ask my students to take this as a pilot, and I put that out there for the initial basic structure. And initial feedback, they loved it, and also it gives them a safe environment to be able to ask their questions to an AI assistant without any judgment, and also being able to capture the lecture materials even after the lecture is over, gives a great ability to students to follow up the material.
So looking forward, how do you envision EduMaestro being used here at the Sawyer Business School?
I envision EduMaestro to be really, really useful for our curriculum. I'm going to start from the highest level. If every class that we are teaching in our business school has a dedicated AI assistant that helps the teachers to become better teachers, and that takes the pulse of the teaching and learning of both the teacher and the students in our classroom, that is an immense amount of business analytics that comes from a single class. And if we get these insights from every class that we are teaching in our business school, those insights can really turn it into something useful at a curriculum level. And our curriculum will be AI-based, instant insights that are collected from the students coming in and fitting into our curriculum. And we are constantly feeding our curriculum by taking the pulse of our teaching. So from that perspective, I see a great potential what it can offer to our business school. And also, as I mentioned, better teachers will always result in better students. And with the AI power, it gives the teacher the ability to create this orchestra to conduct the teaching in a much better way. And some of us may feel that AI will replace teachers. And my vision is that AI will not replace the teachers. AI actually will empower the teachers. So from that perspective, adopting such technologies and will help our teachers to become much better AI-powered teachers.
And this can be used at other schools too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is not just related, it's going to be just on our business school. It can be adopted by other universities, and also for the K-12 schools as well. Anywhere where students don't feel alone, there is a teaching assistant that they can take and help. There's a teaching assistant which is knowledgeable about what the teacher is teaching and how the teacher's style is. And also the teaching assistant that can adapt to each student's learning style will give the power to the teachers and will give the power to the students as well. So I consider this as the teachers at the center being a conductor, and the teacher has the ability to bring an individual teaching assistant to his teaching, in his teaching. And these teaching assistants not only work with each student during the classroom, but can also work with each student outside of the classroom. And also there is a master teaching assistant who works with the teacher, telling him, you have been teaching this course last semester in the following way. And the reaction of the students, they didn't understand it. They were looking for much more visual examples. The platform will give this feedback to the teacher, and the teacher will be a better maestro next time he's teaching the same course.
Thank you so much, Professor Arslan. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I hope this inspires our teachers and our students, and we hopefully will see that the future of the education will be AI powered, and we as a Suffolk University and as a Sawyer Business School will be ready for that, not only as the followers of the technology, but also developers of the technology.
And thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on The On-Ramp.